Om Svarupa Swaswa Bhava Namo Namaha. With great respect and with great love, I honor your inherent divinity from my own. Again and again, I bow. Om Namah Shivaaya is the most well-known mantra in the world. It's the most powerful of all the mantras. And it's also the one that is most well-known. It's not a secret mantra at all. The reason why is because it's so powerful. Nobody wanted to keep it a secret. This is illustrated beautifully in one of the traditional teaching stories, that a young man felt that he wanted to seek the highest. So he left his parents' home and he went to the nearby forest, and he asked a yogi who was well known to be living there. He asked him, please teach me. And the yogi said, what have you done to prepare yourself for this great teaching? And the young man said, I don't know what to do. What can I do? And the yogi said, so you stay here and you serve me for a while. So the young man, he lived in the forest with the yogi. In the morning, he would build the fire. He would get water from the river, and he would boil the water for tea, and he would make breakfast. He would sweep around the campsite. He would watch the yogi over there under a tree, sitting for long periods of time, and wonder, what is he doing? But he continued to serve very quietly and very respectfully for some time. Finally, one day, the yogi said to him, you're ready. Tonight, after the sun sets, I will give you the great mantra and teach you how to meditate. How exciting! The yogi got very excited. He worked extra hard to sweep the campground and make things very clean and right all day long. And the time came, and he sat himself up underneath the tree where he had seen his guru sitting so many times. And the guru came over to him and he showed him how to sit properly. And he said, okay, now I'm going to give you a secret mantra. You must never give this mantra to anyone unless they have prepared themselves properly. It's a very powerful mantra. Here's how you use the mantra. You repeat it silently within during your meditation. And then he whispered in his right ear, Om Namah Shivaaya. The young man, when he heard the mantra, he was electrified. He could feel the energy in it right away. And so he closed his eyes and he began to repeat it silently within as his master had instructed. The guru sat with him and watched for a while. And he could see that this young man was doing very well, so the guru went to bed. He had told this new yogi to meditate all night long. But the guru, how many nights had he sat up doing this? He went to bed. The next morning, before the sunrise, in that wee hours of the morning, that sweet, sweet meditation time, the guru got up for his own meditation. He thought, oh, I wonder how my disciple is doing. So he crept very quietly out of his hut and he walked across the campground and over to the spot under the tree, and there was nobody there. This young man, he was supposed to meditate all night long. Where had he gone? So the yogi, he kind of poked around and he looked around on other rocks underneath other trees. It wasn't quite light yet, but he couldn't see anybody, so he waited for the sun to come up, and he looked over by the river, and he looked all around in the woods. This young man was nowhere. Wonder what happened to him. Nobody's making breakfast. I think I'll go into town. So the yogi, he walked into town, and as he got closer to the village, it was very strange. There were no children playing outside the houses. The doors of the farmhouses were standing wide open, but there was nobody inside. The guru, he walked into the village, and every house that he passed, the front door was standing wide open. But the houses were empty. everyone was gone. The whole village was so quiet. The Guru kept walking down the main road, and he could see in the center of town a few people. And as he got closer and kind of turned the corner, he saw that all the people were standing there and they were looking up in this one direction, mesmerized. So the Guru came closer and closer, and he turned the corner, and there he looked up and he saw his disciple standing on the roof of the highest building shouting, "Om Namah Shivaaya! Om Namah Shivaaya! Om Namah Shivaaya!" You must repeat, "Om Namah Shivaaya will give you everything. Om Namah Shivaaya." The Guru looked up at his disciple and raised his arm in the air and shouted to him, "What are you doing? Get down from there. Get down from there. Oh, Guruji, this is a man, this is a guy, he gave me the mantra, he gave me everything. He knows it all. Get down, get down." So the disciple climbed down and came over to the Guru and bowed at his feet. And the Guru said, "What are you doing? This is a secret mantra. You can't give this to anybody who's not prepared themselves." Oh, Guruji, I forgot. But it's such a great mantra. I wanted everybody to have it. Yes, I know, but they haven't prepared themselves, the Guru said. Oh, the disciple said, "Okay, well, now they've got it. What's going to happen to them?" And the Guru said, "Well, they're going to heaven, but you're going to hell." And the disciple said, "They're going to heaven, and I'm going to hell. Sounds like a good deal to me." Thus, Om Namah Shivaya became the most well-known mantra because it's the most powerful mantra. And of course, the disciple did not go to hell, for there is a greater goal, which is the knowing of your own self, that frees you even from the threat of hell and the promise of heaven to a greater reality within. Om Namah Shivaya will give you this, but you really should pronounce it properly. Om. You linger on the O, pronounce it as an O, and you linger on the because it's really delicious. Om. And then from the you roll into the N of Nama, and the Na and the Ma are both short. So Om is a little longer, Nama is shorter. Om Nama. There is an H at the end of Nama, and it's mostly silent. There's a little puff of breath, Namah. But that puff of breath kind of disappears as you roll into the next word, Shivaya. So that H is mostly silent. Om Namah Shivaya. The SH is made with your teeth and your tongue pretty flat, sh, and the I is a short I, like in ship, which is a metaphor for the sages talk about the mantra being the ship that will take you across the ocean of worldliness to the other shore, which is the land of liberation. So it's not Shivaya, like it's a female, it's Shivaya. And the sh is also short, like in ship. And then the va, va, is longer. Shivaya. So there's a rhythm to it. Short, long, short. Shivaya. The V in Shivaya is not a hard V. It's almost like a W. It's kind of in between a V and a W, like you get in the French voilà. And Om Namah Shivaya will give you the voilà, I am Shiva. Shivaya, Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. How many times will you need to repeat this mantra to become enlightened? It depends on how much preparation you've done. Now, what is the preparation? So that the mantra will give you enlightenment? The preparation is to repeat Om Namah Shivaaya, Om Namah Shivaaya, Om Namah Shivaaya, Om Namah Shivaaya. And one of these days, you're going to repeat mantra, and that repetition will give you yourself. Om Swarupa Swaswa Bhava Namo Namaha.